It is like probably one of the craziest situations I've ever seen. But I think the big picture is when you build a ministry that brings in so much profit, where you begin to do anything and everything that you can to protect it, even if it means sacrificing your own flesh and blood, especially as a child.
They going profit over people, bruh.
Jonathan and Susie Lamb were the darlings of Daystar TV, one of the largest Christian TV networks in the world. And with that came fame and fortune. But it also came at a very high cost. In our exclusive expose, Jonathan and Susie talk about how they found a male family member alone in a bedroom with their naked 5-year-old daughter. And this came just months after the girl had disclosed that she had been molested. Yet at Daystar, scandals are hidden, the couple say. And when the Lambs went to Jonathan's parents, Daystar co-founders Marcus and Joni Lamb, Marcus and Joni reportedly protected the alleged predator in Daystar's image instead of their own granddaughter. This shocking and sad story has left a huge rift in the Lamb family. And just this past weekend, Daystar fired Jonathan, who at one time was vice president of the ministry. To read the full story, see the link to our article in the comments. Daystar TV has denied allegations that co-founders Marcus and Joni Lamb covered up the alleged sexual abuse of their granddaughter by a family member. In a statement, Daystar said, over 3 years ago, in a thoroughly investigated and since resolved matter, it was confirmed that any allegations referencing sexual misconduct involving any Lamb family members were not credible and unfounded. However, the Roy's report talked to the investigator, forensic counselor Debbie Leonard, who said that's not true. She said she wasn't able to offer any assessment because the alleged abuser wouldn't answer any questions. And on a recording released to the Roy's report, here's what Denise Boggs, who oversaw the investigation, told the alleged victim's parents, Jonathan and Susie Lamb.
I remember when Marcus and Joni said, we want to drop everything, just drop everything.
Yeah.
Just drop everything. I said, okay. And so I had told Debbie, okay, they just want to drop everything. I don't want any more to...
While at Daystar TV, Jonathan and Susie Lamb claimed that they were spiritually abused by Jonathan's mother, Daystar president Joni Lamb, and her close allies. This included Jimmy Evans, founder of Exo Marriage. In July 2023, Jonathan and Susie refused to read a listener comment praising Joni's recent marriage to sex therapist Doug Weiss. The couple objected to the marriage, believing that Weiss lacked biblical grounds for divorcing his wife. But in audio obtained by the Roy's report, Evans pressures the couple to submit to Joni, claiming she has godlike authority.
And submission means she's the voice of God to you. And I said,
I'm sorry, can you clarify? She said she's the voice of God to me?
she's the voice of God.
So God's voice is...
So I have to hear, I can't hear from God, I have to hear from her?
Outside of Daystar. What she says is God in Daystar. This is the voice of God in Daystar.
So what accountability does she have if she's off?
Well, she has a husband. She has a board.
I'm on the board.
Yeah, but you're not, individually, you're not her accountability. Individually, you're her employee.
For more information, see the article linked in the comments.
Ooh-wee. Heavy.
Like the web of Christianity, business, dirty family secrets, molestation. Like, it gives me like, ooh, bro. Made me want to clutch my pearls. I'm sorry. But they, like, if I'm on that board, that whole family needs to be extricated from the situation, bro. Like, y'all need to step down. Y'all need to step down.
You mean the couple with the child who was...
No, I'm talking about the mom. The whole family need to step down. Step down. Y'all need time. Y'all need time. Y'all need healing. Y'all need counseling. Y'all need Jesus.
But it's their job to give us Jesus. So how they don't need Jesus,
bro?
It's their job to give
that was another thing. Like, I don't know. Chat, let me know if in the comments if I'm off base. But like, When somebody tells me that somebody else is the voice of God to me, brother, what? Like, that should come from my relationship with God and God saying, hey, I put this person in your life to speak into your life. But what? Where they do that at?
I know a few places that do that.
Bro, that's like, and I like his question, like, okay, where's her accountability? And he's like,
he said the board.
And he's like, well, I'm on the board.
He said, I'm on the board.
But usually not you, you know. And I venture to say that the board might just have a bunch of yes people on there. But if they want the platform to survive and grow, I think the family's got to step away. Like, you have to step away. This is like, dude, this is like Jerry Springer. Like
this is $1 billion organization, and they are basically trying to protect their cash cow.
And to SM
anybody
a 5-year-old, bro, like, that's why I'm holding myself right now, because I'm like, I can't. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
It is like probably one of the craziest situations I've ever seen. But I think the big picture is when you build a ministry that brings in so much profit, where you begin to do anything and everything that you can to protect it, even if it means sacrificing your own flesh and blood, especially as a child.
They going profit over people, bruh.
That is just a very unfortunate side of ministry that it happens all the time. That, like, let's just be honest. Like, once with the mega churches and all of these different things, like, this thing is pretty commonplace that you see with a lot of these organizations, and it makes you pause and say, is this what I was really after at the beginning when I started this?
No. So organizations that, especially in the church space, that go and turn into profit over people, like, you lose your North Star. You lose, like, why you got into what you got into. You got into this to spread the gospel, spread the good news, give some uplifting programming and all that good stuff. But once the money came, the opportunities came, and now you're running an organization that's so big that you justify it by saying, well, if I don't protect this one person, then 100 people might be out of a job. But bro, you're making false. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Or if our organization shuts down, then think about all these. It's gonna shame the name of Christ, and all these people who would have given their life to Christ. Now they can't because they're shutting this. It's totally. No, we can't. We gotta protect this at all costs,
bro. Like, this story hurts my heart. Like when I first heard about it, it hurts my heart for that young lady. Firstly, bro, as a father,
imagine being a father, seeing the young guy that they're talking about that ended up getting fired. He went in and saw
what. So that's what's alleged, that he went in
and saw the family member. I would have been. You would have had to put me in jail. I ain't asking no questions. we laying hands over here. Like, that's just
oh man. I would have said woo! Jesus, let me grab that wheel one more time. Bro, Buddy would have been like, he would have been kicked out the family.
He would have been kicked out of life. He would have been kicked out of life. Like, bruh, my ministry is full-time prison after that. Like, you leaving. Ain't no reason. Ain't no discussion afterwards.
Yo!
If God allowed me to enter into that type of situation, like, I'm sorry, when it comes to my kids, bro, I will do the most. I'm a crash out, as the young folks say. But I'm like, it's not going. You gonna have to pray to God that somebody with superhuman strength can pull me from that situation, because that's the only way. Because in my mind, I'm like,
you're not coming out.
you obviously chose your last day today. That's what you did. Bro. That's all. There ain't no.
And this is after that young lady reported that she was
exactly
done wrong.
Bro, I'm crashing out until I find whoever that person is, and there's no way that person's still alive. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't care what family member you are. Like, you mess with my seed, like, it's done. It's done. I'm just saying.
You ain't wrong. And hey, bruh, that's a crime of passion. Like, I don't know too many juries that's gonna send you away for long. You might have, 1-2 year full-time prison ministry.
But that just removes all of this situation, because you can't cover up what got destroyed. You get what I mean, bro? Like, there ain't no covering up. The cat's out the bag, mm-hmm. And I had to do what I had to do. But yeah, it's, in my humble opinion, that family just needs to step away. But who's even going to take? Because, to be honest, all of this stuff came out. I heard that a lot of their programs dropped out.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people who were. So the money's going down the drain,
and that's point. Why the board has to take over and be like, bye.
But honestly, something like this, especially for a TV program, like, how much money is TV even making anyways?
Oh, they're making
nowadays.
Money, bro. There's old folks sitting at home right now, retired. They're just watching. I'm telling you,
watching Daystar.
Linear television is going down in the demographics of our age and younger, and maybe a little bit older. But
that's not who they're after.
That's not who they after, bro. They after the mothers,
the retired. Yeah,
people. The retired, the semi-retired. Those are the people that they're looking to, and that's what the people who pay for the ability to broadcast on their channel, that's the audience they're looking for. And in order for them to stay alive.
But regardless, though, after this comes out, I don't even see how you can revive this.
I just told you, kick them out.
They just made TBN a lot more money.
Yeah, a lot more people come. Hey man, I'm gonna take my whatever. I'm bringing it over
Daystar.
Here.
So and also another part we haven't even discussed. A lot of YouTubers have been covering the story. They all got letters from Daystar's lawyers.
Oh, so
everybody covered.
Oh no! Hey,
I'll take it as a. Woo, we've showed up on somebody's radar. Praise God.
We get lettered up.
I don't know where they gonna send it. Like, oh no, they've been getting the email. The lawyer has been emailing them.
Hey, look, everything's alleged, but mail, send the mail.
That gives us another. And every single one of the people who got letters, they just turned that into another video. Like, that's a dope part.
You just giving them more content.
And that's gonna cause even more people. See, that's the part, like the crazy part. You really think you think that you can cover up stuff. You can't. Not nowadays. Back in the day, you could have gotten away with this and swept it under the rug, and nothing would have happened. But because of this little thing called the internet, nobody can cover these churches. These religious organizations cannot cover these things up. And when you,
bro, and Buddy, the other dude, divorced his wife to remarry this other chick, to marry into money, right?
mm-hmm.
And then come in and say, "Yo, she the voice of God to you, my boy." Was she the voice of God to you when you went and told your wife, "Hey, I'm out"? Did that come from her?
Right after her husband died. Like, though, that's scandalous. Scandalous. And here's another part. I saw in another interview the young guy just did. I don't know. That's on the next episode. But
I just asked a question.
But the guy was a sex therapist and actually worked with both of them. The woman, he actually were one of his patients.
He can deliver. I'm sorry. I'm off base. Okay. I'm sorry. You know, one of our episodes we talked about insider trading, inside information. Yeah, inside information.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So
bro.
that the level of lack, like the lack of ethics, like this is like the ethical violations in this story are so bad. Like a therapist can like in the real world, if like you remember that story in the Bible.
I forgot how many years between the time that you've seen a client to even have a personal relationship with them, like ask them.
Remember that story in Corinthians where the guy was sleeping with his stepmom, and Paul wrote a letter saying, "Man, y'all doing sins that even the world don't do." Like, even in the world, you don't see a therapist marrying one of his patients after her husband died.
And you were seeing
like,
them as a couple?
Never, yeah. Working and you're a sex therapist. So what are they coming to you for?
Come on, bro. Use some other words, bro. Use some other words. Use some other words. Why are they having sessions with you? You know, let's not.
I'm saying these older women. And she got real mad at her son, like, "Man, you over here, you're not trying to support him. He's been a blessing he's been such a blessing to me ever since he's come into my life, and you try to block it. You know what that's going for." And you know what they say, like the drive, it's like, this is men, this is women.
Yeah.
Mama gotta have a life too. Mama gotta have a life too.
That's some wild miscarry of, like, I find 4 things extremely egregious. One, and most, is the SM of that young 5-year-old. Like, She's wounded,
for life.
but by the grace of God. 2, the fact that it was swept under the rug and that family member didn't face the consequences of their action. 3, this dude leaving his wife, they say he didn't have any biblical basis. They don't believe he had biblical basis to divorce. To remarry this other lady. And then be the mouthpiece for her and say, hey, she is the voice of God to you, young sir.
What? That was not her husband. That was,
Who was that?
It was another guy. He was like a family therapist. Like he's actually got an entire program on Daystar about marriage and family. So she brings him in, basically he's married.
Throw it all away.
He's a marriage expert in all of this. So she brought him in as Jimmy Evans is his name. And if you look him up, like he's like a marriage expert guy that talks about marriage and how to make marriage work. So he came in to mediate between the son and the mother and basically was like, you know what, son, you got to get on my nerves right now. This is kind of frustrating me. You need to just submit to your mom. And we just gonna have to, and I feel bad for the son. Like that is just traumatic. And I understand you're in a real tough situation because you have your daughter, you have your wife, and you have your mom, and you're trying to navigate all of that without your dad. He was really the one that was supposed to take over the program too. But then the mom kind of swooped. It's an entire debacle of a situation, and it's unfortunate.
100%. And thoughts and prayers for that young lady. Everybody else. Depart from me.
For you to be a grandma or a grandpa, I mean, the guy, he's dead now, but like that is a level, I pray that my brain don't even know how to comprehend that. I can't comprehend it.
You're not wrong, and you're not alone.
So let us know, people. And we'll let you. We'll post a video
as it develops. Please hit us up. Let us know what else is going on, what twists and turns are around the corner. But I think for Daystar to keep going, they gotta.
And somebody gonna have to make this a series on Netflix too.
I mean,
Netflix needs some good. Netflix needs some good content.
At least a lifetime movie.
So let us know, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.